Yeah. So guys, today's agenda is to complete the basic geometry, in which we need to understand polygon, types of quadrilateral and areas, types of triangles, Pythagoras theorem, the basic geometry things which may or may not be needed in CA foundation, but yeah, they are essentially required. Okay, and there is an expectation that this can be used in CA foundation other chapters also. Okay, so there is no specific chapters of geometry. Everybody know this. Yeah. So few questions that I have saw here. That sir, will you start from BODMAS again? No, no, no. Lecture number one was not very comfortable because of YouTube live. It was having very much issues. That's why I started BODMAS in lecture two. But now I will proceed further only. Otherwise, we'll not be able to complete ever. Okay. So this is the today's agenda. Yeah. And second thing is what we need to write in notes. So guys, till now it's only basics. For basics you need not to write anything, because basics is just reminding you what you already know. It's not a new thing. But when we start the complete syllabus, then along with the lectures I will tell you that what to write and what need not to write, like this. Okay, so for now don't worry about writing, just focus on building your basics that were already there. I'm just brushing it up. Okay, so can we start now? Everybody's fine? Audio, video, everything is good? Yeah, for basics guys, so this is third lecture. One more lecture will be there for basics. So in the next lecture of basics something will be covered from chapter only, but some calculator tricks etc. But yeah, that is also not the exact part of syllabus. So I will say first four lectures are basic and the fifth lecture will be chapter number 1, ratio proportion. Okay, so let me begin today. Great. So first topic is polygon. Let's discuss about polygon guys. So the name of section is polygon. We are studying basic geometry. Don't forget that. So what is polygon? It is a shape. It is a closed shape. I will rather say it is a closed shape formed using line segments. Now you all already know what is the line segment, right? So now let's try to make some shapes using the line segments. Okay. Suppose this is one line. This is another line. Now tell me, have I joined two line segments? Yes. Yes, sir. There are two line segments. I have joined them. But is this a closed shape? Is this a closed shape? Do you understand what closed shape is? Which is the initial point and end point is completed, then only the closed shape is considered, then only the shape is considered as closed. So let me take other example. 1, 2, and the third line segment I'm taking, this is the third line segment. Now can you say that this is a closed shape? Tell me, is this a closed shape? Yes. So this shape is a polygon. This is one of the polygon. Yes, it's a polygon. Now there are different kinds of polygon, and this polygon has its own name. You already know what is the name of this polygon. Tell me everybody, what is the name of this polygon? Sir, we all know that this is commonly known as triangle. And what are the number of sides here? Number of line segments. The number of line segments is equal to 3. Perfect. No problem. Number of line segments are 3. Now different types of polygon are created based on different number of sides. But one thing that we need to know, that minimum 3 line segments are required to create a polygon. This you need to understand. We have tried with 2 line segments, but we were not able to make a closed shape with two line segments. That's why it was not a polygon. So minimum three sides. So which is the smallest type of polygon? Smallest means having the minimum number of sides. It's triangle only. Lesser than triangle, there cannot be any polygon. Is this clear? Okay. So these are the basic things that you need to understand, like closed shape and the line segments. Yeah, these two things. Now we'll make a table. Okay, in this table, this is the number of line segments section, number of line segments, diagram. Then I will make a diagram, and then the name of polygon, by which name it is famous. We will write the name of polygon. Okay, so first, sir, number of line segments 3, that is minimum required. The shape is like this. This is the shape triangle. What is the name of this polygon? Sir, the name of this polygon is triangle. Now let's go ahead. 4. Number of line segments 4. Let me draw a shape. Tell me, what is the name of this polygon? What is the name of this polygon? Okay, before telling the name, just tell me one thing. Is this a four-sided polygon? Yes or no? Is this a four-sided polygon? Yes. Okay. Now one more thing. Is this a four-sided polygon? The second one. Is this also a four-sided polygon? I'm not asking for name, so don't give me name. Just give me yes or no. Yes, this is also. Okay. And what about this? Is this also a four-sided polygon? Is this also a closed shape with four sides or four line segments? Yes, sir. This is also. And tell me this one. Is this also a four-sided polygon? Yes, these are also four-sided polygon. Now we'll write name of each one like this. This is called as parallelogram. What is the name? The name is parallelogram. We'll read it in detail about the parallelogram in the next section. For okay, this is rectangle. Perfect, guys. This is rectangle. Then the third one is square. Y square. We'll read in next section. And the fourth one is called as. Tell me. This is called as trapezium. This is called as trapezium. But these are four different types of four-sided polygon. But what is the name that is famous for a four-sided polygon? Is there a name which can be a common name for all these four? And that particular name is called as quadrilateral. Very good, guys. It is called as quadrilateral. So I hope you all have understood what is quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is not a particular type of shape. Four-sided polygons are called as quadrilateral, and there are different types of four-sided polygon, and these were the examples: parallelogram, rectangle, square, trapezium. All have four sides, all have four sides, all have four line segments. Everything is clear till this part. Should we proceed now? Yes. Perfect. You all know this. That's why you are firing the answers like anything. No problem. Now 5. Sir, 5-sided. Let's make a 5-sided diagram. This is a 5-sided diagram. And this diagram is called as pentagon. It is called as a pentagon. There are no different types of pentagon. So this shape is called as pentagon only directly. The name of polygon is also pentagon. The similar way, there are different types of polygon. When we go to 6, the 6 is called as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 is called as hexagon. Then there are different names of different polygons. Then 7, then 8, then 9, then it let's take 10. The name for 10 is decagon. I'm not making it. The name for 7, 8, 9. What is the name for 7? What is the name for 7? 7 sides? Heptagon. It is called heptagon. What is the name for 8? Name for it is octagon. For 9, it is nanogon. Nanogon. Yeah, that's all. So these are about names only. When there are 7 sides, then heptagon. When 8 sides, octagon. Then nanogon. Then decagon. We should know the names till 10 only. Not required. Not much is required after that. Okay. Okay. It's hepta or septa. I think it's heptagon only. I'm not very sure, but I think it's heptagon only. But don't worry about it. The name is name. You should know the. If I draw a diagram, you should be able to tell me the number of sides only. Okay, that is what is required here. Okay, fine. So this was the polygon. So this is the one thing that we have understood about the polygon. Now for us, the most important types of polygon are only two. One is triangle, one is quadrilateral. So for first few minutes, we'll discuss about quadrilateral only. Okay, let's come to quadrilateral as a topic, as a section altogether. Quadrilateral. Sir, quadrilateral is nothing. It is a four-sided polygon. It is a four-sided polygon. The first, the basic and the easiest type of four-sided polygon is our square. Is the square. This is the square. What are the characteristics of a square? How can you say that it's a square? Point number one, all sides are equal. Point number one, all sides are equal. This you need to remember. Second, opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. Suppose all have same length, like 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, and 2 centimeter. Okay. So in this case, we can say that A, B, C, D. If I put a name A, B, C, D. So can I conclude like AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AC? Okay. Yes. Opposite sides are parallel. So can I say AB is parallel to CD? Parallel. This is the symbol for parallel. AB is parallel to CD. You must know. Then second, BC is parallel to AD. That is also one of the feature. The two opposite sides are parallel. This is the condition number 2. And what is condition number 3? Condition number 3, that all angles are 90 degree. All the angles are 90 degree. So be it this angle, this angle, this angle, or this angle, all are having 90 degrees. These three things are enough. We'll not discuss about the diagonal thing. No, no, no. These three conditions are enough. So this was about a square. Now after a square, let's come to rectangle. A rectangle is almost like a square. There is only one exception. Can you please tell me what is the exception? All the sides are not equal. Only the opposite sides need to be equal. So if this is A, B, C, D, you cannot say that AB equal to BC equal to CD. No. AD is equal to BC and AB is equal to CD. Okay. Only opposite sides are equal. So condition number 1, not all sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal in length. Second, opposite sides are parallel. This you already know. Opposite sides are parallel. So I will not repeat this part again. So which two sides are parallel here? AC and BD are parallel, right? AC is parallel to BD. Is it like that? No. Then tell me the parallel lines. Two pairs of parallel line. Which are these pairs? Sir, AB is parallel to CD. Perfect. And AD is parallel to BC. And AD is parallel to BC. Perfect, guys. No problem. So I will write AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Perfect. No problem. And the third condition, same. All angles are 90° here also. All angles 90°. Now we will remove this 90° condition. Other conditions are fine, will remain it same. Only if we remove the all angles 90° condition, tell me which of the shape will be formed. The name is parallelogram. Sir, what is parallelogram? See the figure. This side is parallel to this side. This side is parallel to this side. So A, B, C, and D. Here you can see that AB is equal to CD in length also. AD is equal to BC in length also. Same like rectangle. AB is parallel to CD also. And AD is parallel to BC also. But the only change is the angles, sir. These angles are different. They are not 90°. They are other than 90°. Okay? Yes. So conditions 1. Opposite sides have equal length. Opposite sides are parallel. That's it. No condition of 90°. It can be any angle. So parallelogram can have any angle. Okay? Not an issue. This is the condition of parallelogram. And the last one. Trapezium. Yes. Trapezium, or sometimes called as trapezoid also. It is also a four-sided polygon, but with a different pattern. This AB and CD. Only one of the pair, like AB and CD are parallel. See this. AB is parallel to CD, but AC is not parallel to BD. AC is not parallel to BD. You cannot say that opposite sides are parallel. Only one of the opposite sides are parallel. AC is not parallel to BD. Only one of the opposite sides are parallel. Sides length. Can you tell me sides length? There is no equality in side length also. AC equal to BD is not necessary. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I cannot say that AC is equal to BD. No, AC is not equal to BD. AB is also not equal to CD. So there is no such condition. Only thing is that one of the opposite side is parallel, and there is a four-sided closed shape. That's all. That's about the trapezium. So one of the two opposite sides are parallel. That is the only condition in trapezium. Tell me, is it fine? Is it okay? Yeah, nothing much in polygon now. So quadrilateral is done. Now, among these four quadrilaterals, for us, square and rectangle are much more important than other two in terms of formulas. So let's see first square. For a square, let's make let me make a square. This is a square. Suppose this is 4 centimeter. Okay. I'm just telling you the side 4 centimeter. Now tell me the area of square. Everyone, please answer. What is the area of a square? Yes. So most of you are answering 16, but the right answer is 16 centimeter square. Now you are into the business. Don't forget the units. You should always write the units in every subject wherever it is applicable. Whenever you are writing rupees, you should write rupees sign. Okay? Because when you come to business world, there are dollars also, there are rupees also, there are kg also, there are centimeter, there are meter. Many things are there. Okay? So don't forget the details of units also. So area is 16 centimeters. Sir, what was the formula? Some people are wondering why everybody is able to answer this. Guys, it is simple. Side length square. Sir, which side length is square? All the sides are equal. So it doesn't matter which side you are discussing about. So our side length was 4. So 4 square is 16 centimeter square. Rather, I will say 4 centimeter square. So 4 is also squared and centimeter is also squared. That's why 16 centimeter is square. Is it clear? This is called area. Okay. Now after area, there's one more formula that we need to understand, and that is perimeter. Perimeter of square. Perimeter of square. Now tell me guys, what is the answer of perimeter? Sir, what is perimeter? To understand perimeter, just listen to me. Just listen to me. What is perimeter? If you started travel from point A to B, it will take you 4 centimeter. Then B to C, again 4 plus 4, 8. Then C to B, C to D, again 4. Then D to A, again 4. So if you complete your entire round, the length of the boundary, suppose this is a park. Suppose this is a park. So these are the black thing is the boundary of the park. So there's a green park, and that is the boundary. So if you measure the length of complete boundary, that is the perimeter. So anybody can do. So it's very simple. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Why you have taken 4? Because in the square, all the sides are equal. So I will say the formula is side into 4. Side into 4. So answer is 16 centimeter square or centimeter. It is only 16 centimeter, not square. There is no multiplication of centimeter and centimeter. You are just adding 4 centimeter plus 4 centimeter plus 4 centimeter plus 4 centimeter, which is equivalent to 16 centimeter. That's simple. No squaring. Okay. Don't confuse. Only in area there will be a sign of a square. In perimeter there is no sign of a square. Now, sir, does it mean that area and perimeter will always have same value? Does it mean, because both are both in both the formulas we are getting answer as 16? Does it mean that perimeter and areas are always equal? Tell me. No, sir. This is just a coincidence. Let's take another example. Let's take a different example. Now see, this is 3 centimeter. Now tell me, what is the area? Everybody, please tell me the area. Sir, area is 9 centimeter square here. 3 centimeter into 3 centimeter square, which is 9 centimeter square. Next, perimeter. Now see perimeter here. So it is coming to 4 into 3 centimeter, which is 12 centimeter. Is it fine? Is the 12 or 9 different values? Yes. So that was just a coincidence in case of 4 centimeter. Otherwise, area and perimeter can be different also. Okay. And anyways, unit is also different. One is in centimeter, one is in centimeter square. So this was all about square. Now let's come to rectangle. Now I'm making a rectangle. You need to answer me the area. This is 5 centimeter this side and 3 centimeter this side. What should be the area of rectangle? Sir, area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Length means the longer part, the longer side, and breadth means the shorter side. So these opposite two sides are same length. So this is also 3 centimeter. This is also 5 centimeter. Now take only one length and one breadth, which is 5 centimeter into 3 centimeter. So 5 3 are 15, and centimeter into centimeter will become centimeter square. This is 15 centimeter square. That is area of rectangle. Now let's talk about perimeter. Again, perimeter means length of the boundary of the park. Suppose a park is a rectangular park. So how will you calculate the perimeter? So if I start walking from here, this is 5 centimeter, then this is 3 centimeter, then again 5, then again 3. So can you say that 2 times we are covering the length, 2 times we are covering the breadth? Yes. So formula will become 2 into length plus breadth. Okay. And this is equal to 2 into 5 plus 3. 5, 3, 8 to 16 centimeter is the perimeter of this rectangle. Tell me, everything is clear about rectangle and square? No doubt about it, right? Should we proceed now? Everything is all right? Yes. Are you guys enjoying? So it's very easy. We are getting bored. No problem. Just one more day. This is a boon for them who have forgotten all the thing. Triangle, square, rectangle. At least they are able to remind now. Okay. They can recall this. Next thing is, yeah. So now we talk about triangle. Let's talk about triangle. So triangle means a three-sided polygon. Okay. First of all, we'll discuss about the types of triangle. Okay. I think just give me a minute. This OneNote is giving some problem. Let me restart it. Yeah. So we are back. Triangle. First, we will discuss about the types of triangle. Is there voice issues? Akansha is telling me that there is a voice buffering. Others are also experiencing the same. Akansha, there is some network issue, I think, from your end. No, because maximum people don't have any issue. See? No. Everybody is saying no. So you can disconnect and reconnect again. Maybe it will help. Okay. Types of triangle. First, first is scalene triangle. Sir, what is a scalene triangle? A triangle in which length of all the sides are different. Length of all sides are different or unequal. Both word we can use, different or unequal. That is a scalene triangle. Okay. So length of sides are not equal. All have different sides length. Now, now let me make this. So suppose this is 4 centimeter, this is 3, and this is 5 or 6. All three sides have a different kind of length, different types of length. So it's a scalene triangle. Second, after scalene triangle, we'll discuss about isosceles triangle. Sir, what is isosceles triangle? Tell me, what is isosceles triangle? Do you know? A triangle with at least two sides are equal is called as isosceles triangle. Let us create. See. So this is 3 cm, 3 centimeter. This is also 3 centimeter, but this is 5 centimeter. Here you can see that two of the sides have equal length. So this type of triangle is called as isosceles. Is it clear? Yeah, this is isosceles triangle. And the third one, you all know, it is named as equilateral triangle. What is the meaning of equilateral triangle? Very simple, sir. Equilateral means equal word. Equal word means all the sides are equal. Triangle with all equal sides. Okay? Yes. All sides are equal. Now, let us make such type of triangle. No, this is not equilateral. This is also not. Yeah, this is the equilateral triangle. So this is 2, this is 2, and this is 2. All three sides have equal length of 2 centimeter. This is called equilateral. Now, this triangle, can I say this is also an isosceles triangle? Yes or no? It is an equilateral, I agree. But can I say this is also an isosceles triangle? Now, some people will say yes, some people will say no. Majority of you are saying yes, because you have understood correctly the meaning of isosceles triangle. The meaning of isosceles triangle contains this word at least. When you say that your triangle has all the three sides equal, can you say that at least two are also equal? If three are equal, at least two are also equal. Of course, sir. Just take two sides out of it. So this definition supports, or I can say this triangle supports both the definition. Isosceles also and equilateral also. So this is a isosceles also. So there is one conclusion point that you all need to know. All equilateral triangles are also isosceles. And vice versa. Should I write vice versa? Should I write vice versa? That yeah, all the isosceles are also equilateral. Can I write isosceles? No, sir. No. But but all isosceles triangles are not equilateral. This is an important relationship that you must know. This will help you in a chapter, set relation and functions. I'm telling you the name of chapter also, where this concept will help you. That yeah, all the equilateral triangles are isosceles, but not all isosceles are equilateral. Okay. Can we go ahead now? Can we proceed, guys? Yes. Now, other most important formula of geometry. Okay, what to repeat, Harsha? Yeah, so, okay, I'm repeating. So, if you carefully observe the definition of isosceles, it says that a triangle with at least two sides are equal. At least two sides. They are called isosceles. So if two sides are equal, then also they are isosceles. If two or more sides are equal, then also it is isosceles. So in equilateral, you can see that there are three sides equal. When we say there are three sides equal, we can also say that yeah, at least two sides are also equal. So in that case, all the equilateral triangles also follows the definition of isosceles. That's why all the equilateral triangles are isosceles, but not all isosceles are equilateral. Okay, because equilateral has a different condition that all should be equal. Is it clear now, Harsha? Okay, so this was about triangle types. Now one more type of triangle that is a different, that is not dependent on the length of sides. It's altogether a different. It is right angled triangle, or shortly said as right triangle. A triangle with one of the angle, one of the angle is 90 degree. Sir, is it one of the angle or it is at least one of the angle? Tell me, it is one of the angle or at least one of the angle? It is only one of the angle. You cannot say at least. Let me tell you why. If you say at least, it means you are saying that if two angles are 90, then it is also 90 degree. But it is not possible at all in any triangle to make 290 degrees. See, how can you make? If this is 90 degree and this is also 90 degree, how can a triangle be completed? No, sir. So this is also true that at max only one angle can be 90 degree at max. Practically also more than 190 degree angles are not possible in a triangle, because if you make two angles as 90 degree, the total will become 180. So 180 is completed only by two angles. Then what will the third angle get? It will get nothing. It will get zero angle. So it is not possible. Okay. So a triangle with at least 190 degree. Now let us make that triangle. This is right triangle. Here you can see that this is 90 degree angle. Okay, perfect. This is a right triangle. But one thing that we need to understand in a right triangle, that's why it became very important, and it is Pythagoras theorem. This is the one of the most important thing in trigonometry or geometry, I can say, Pythagoras theorem. So let us again make a right triangle. This time I will make a bigger one because I want you to understand some terms. Okay. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. So there are three sides. One side is AB, one side is AC, and one side is BC. Can you tell me which is the longest side out of these three? can you tell me which is the longest side out of all these three? The longest one. Sir, anybody can see that, yeah, the side which is opposite to the 90-degree. So you can see this is 90-degree angle, right? And opposite to this 90-degree angle, this side is the longest side. So BC, the longest side, is called as hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. So this term is applicable only for right triangle and not for other triangles. Pythagoras theorem is also applicable only for right triangle. Okay, this is called hypotenuse. Now, name of other two. This is termed a side which is at the lower portion or the horizontal side is termed as base, and the side which is vertical, it is called as altitude. Okay, so this was the nomenclature of right triangle in terms of Pythagoras theorem. Now, so I'm again putting the name in diagram itself now, altitude, and shortly hypo. I will just write hypo. Okay, now according to Mr. Pythagoras, length of hypotenuse, if you square this length, it is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. So length of sorry, length of base square plus length of altitude square. Yeah. So in this case, suppose I will say that this is 3 centimeter or this is 3 meter, this is 4 meter. Can you tell me what is the height of hypotenuse? Okay, sir, let's do it. We don't know hypotenuse, let us make it x square. Not x square. Why? Because x is the hypotenuse length and its square is written here. Now length of base, sir, base is 4, so 4 square, then 3, so 3 square. So we'll get here 16 plus 9 x square. So x is equal to 25 square root, which is equal to 5 meter. Sir, why not -5? Because length of sides cannot be negative. That's why I am directly taking positive 5 meter. Pythagoras theorem, okay to everyone? Tell me. Is this okay to everyone? Pythagoras theorem. Is this recalled now? This is not a new thing. I know you already knew this, but some people couldn't recall. Now they are able to recall. Very good, guys. That's what my purpose was. Yeah. So Pythagoras theorem is done now. Okay. Yeah. Now next thing, what should we start now? So our basic geometry is done. What last line, Sahil? The last line is nothing. X square is equal to 16 plus 9. So x is equal to 25 square root. So x is equal to 5 meter. Is your doubt different? I'm not able to understand, Sahil. Can you explain what is your doubt in the chat box? Okay, you're clear, right? No problem. Okay. Now let's come to altogether different topic. Now it's about remembering the basic algebraic formulas. So I'm hiding these now and let's test your memory. Most of you have encountered this formula 1 or 2 times minimum. A plus B whole square. Do you know what is the formula of this? Guys, yes sir, we already knew this. A square plus B square plus 2AB. Right? Perfect. Second, A minus B whole square. A minus B whole square. So it is also same. A square plus B square, only changes minus 2AB. Because it was minus, the 2AB portion term will become negative. Okay? Yeah. So A square plus B square minus 2AB. No problem. Let's take example. Can you solve this? 2x plus y whole square. Can somebody solve this? What is the detailed value coming? You will not get answer in terms of number, but in terms of x and y only. But what should be the answer? Tell me. I've got one answer. Others also? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm getting answers. First is 2x whole square plus y whole square plus 2 into 2x into y. So we can write 2x whole square as square of 2, 4, square of x, x square. Then y square, then plus 2 to the 4, xy. I hope it is clear to everyone, right? It is clear to everyone. Yeah. That's how we apply this formula. Okay. This was just application. So again, some relationship between these two formulas. Let's make some relationship. A square plus b square plus 2ab, and this is a minus b whole square, which is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Now these are two equations. I want you to do this: a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. Tell me the most simplified value that you can get out of this. Let's make a new formula, and this will be used in your equations chapter. Yeah, Naman, you need not to write many times. I am looking everyone's answer. Okay, so what is happening here? Sir, if you subtract equation 2 from equation 1, so a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, the RHS will also get subtracted. So it will become a square plus b square plus 2ab minus a square minus b square and minus minus plus 2ab. You all understand this, right? If you subtract any term, so it's like a bracket. Let me not open the bracket. This was like that. Okay. Now a square plus b square plus 2ab minus a square minus b square plus 2ab. Now a square cross b square cross, and you will just get 2 plus 2, 4ab. Is it clear, Samkit? Why you are saying 2a square b square? No, there is a negative sign. See, there is a negative sign. This is a negative sign. Okay, focus on what I am asking. So this is also one of the formula that will be used in chapter equations. A plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square equals to 4ab. Perfect. Now next thing, let's come to one more easy formula: a plus b into a minus b. What is the answer, guys? What is the answer? So the answer is a square minus b square. That is a very easy formula. This will be used at many places. Okay, a square minus b square. So if I say 2x plus 3y into 2x minus 3y, what is the answer? So it will be 4x square minus 9y square. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay. No problem. This was also easy formula. Now the cube one, a plus b whole cube. Now there are different types of formula that can be used here. Not many types, but yeah. One is you can write like a cube plus b cube plus 3ab a plus b. This is the basic formula that should be used everywhere. You can also open this formula like this: a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square, like this. 3ab plus 3ba, no, 3a square b plus 3ab square, like this. Okay. Okay, Shruti has also given one more formula. Is it correct? A plus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Can you validate, guys? Is this correct formula? Yes or no? If you solve this, you will get the same. So all three are same. You will not get different answers. It's just a way of presenting these formulas in different types. Okay. Now let's come to minus. A minus b whole cube. A cube minus b cube minus 3ab a minus b. But yeah, I will tell you, for our CA Foundation paper 3 purpose, the number one formula of both are mostly used, the 1 and 1. Okay. Yeah. So this was about a minus b whole cube. Now let me check if any formula is pending. So we are done with this a plus b whole square, a minus b, a plus b whole cube, a minus b, a square minus b square. And yeah, this is also done, last one. Only this a cube minus b cube is pending. A cube minus b cube is equal to a minus b multiplied by a square plus ab plus b square. A square plus ab plus b square. Okay. This is also one of the formula that will be used at different places. So in some questions, the formula will directly be given, but we cannot expect every time that the questions will have formulas. So we should remember these formulas throughout. Okay. Yeah. Now, we need to create one formula now. One formula. A square plus b square. Using formula number 1, we need to create this. What was the formula number 1? A plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now, can we just calculate this part? Yes, we should transfer this 2ab to LHS. So we'll get a plus b whole square minus 2ab. Is it clear to everyone? This is not a new formula. This is just a derived formula out of formula number 1 of a plus b whole square. Now let's derive it again. Let's derive it again using formula number 2. What is formula number 2? A minus b whole square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab. I want only this part. Yes. So can I write a minus b whole square plus 2ab? See? So we are just deriving formula out of other formulas. So sometimes question are not direct. Sometimes you need to derive formula out of the basic formulas and then use it in the question. Okay. So I hope no doubt how this formula is created. Everybody is understood with this. Okay. Now let's make for a cube plus b cube. Let's make for this. So the formula number 4, I think, that you have given for a plus b whole cube was a cube plus b cube plus 3ab a plus b. Now we want this portion. So what should we do? We should transfer this to a plus b whole cube. So a plus b whole cube minus 3ab a plus b. And one more formula that Shruti is giving, a cube plus b cube can also be written as a plus b a square minus ab plus b square, like we did in a cube minus b cube, right? Yeah, but this will be more used. This will be more useful in your equation chapter, especially if I ask you about quadratic equation. There is a topic called quadratic equation. In that quadratic equation, these formula will be used too much. That is the only part of entire syllabus where these formula will be used heavily. Okay. So in that chapter, we will again revise these formulas before starting that particular topic. So this was about algebraic formulas. Okay. Now something new to be start now. Yeah. Let me tell you something about powers. So wait. Yes. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 8. Can I write the same thing like this? 2 into 4, 8. So do you know this multiplication sign? This multiplication sign tells us that unit. Why are you talking about power? I am not talking about power. I am just adding the things. So why should you use power? It's just multiplication. 2 4 ja 8. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. It's just 2 4 ja 8. So multiplication means adding the same value multiple times. See, multiplication means adding same value continuously. That gives us the multiples of a particular number. And we already discussed about multiples, right? Just a table. Now, if we replace this by multiplication sign, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, what is the value? Tell me, guys, what is the value? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So it is 16. And this can be written in this form. 2 raised to 4 equals to 16. So what does this power 4 means? What does this power 4 means? Power 4 means multiplying the same number for 4 times. Here, power 4 was written, right? So, what is the interpretation of power 4? Power 4 means multiplying same number 4 times. So I have taken from zero basics. If you don't know about power, then also you will understand now what is the power. Okay. So now in case of powers, suppose I have written here 3 raised to 3. Tell me what is the answer 3 raised to 3? What is the answer 3 raised to 3? It is 27. In this entire statement, in this statement, Okay, wait. Let me do it. 3 raised to 2. Okay. What is 3 raised to 2? What is 3 raised to 2? 9. Now here, this 3, the bigger one, this is called as base. The number for which we need to calculate power, yeah, on which we are applying the power. Number on which we are applying the power is called as base. So just discussing about the terms, the names given to these terms, and this 2, this is called as power. And the power is also called as index. In mathematics, both the words are applicable, sometimes power, sometimes index. So this is not related to index number. The statistics index is different. This is different index. Here index means power. And plural form of index is called as indices. So there in chapter 1 unit 2 the topic name is indices. Yeah, it is also called as order. Yeah. It is also called as order. So in chapter 2 section 2 section 3 in fact you will get a topic called indices. So what is indices? Indices is nothing but a study of powers. Simple. Okay, this is the power. Now you need to use a calculator. Everybody is having a calculator. Everybody is having a calculator. Tell me who is not having a calculator. No. Okay, don't worry guys, don't worry. Today's topic, in today's topic we actually require calculator. I forgot to mention that yesterday, but no issues. There is an application, there is an application, Android application. I'm not sure whether it is in iStore or not, but there is an Android app of Citizen Calculator which we can use for today's class. Can I send the link of this app to you all guys? Can I send a link? Yeah, wait. So first we will all have calculator, then only we can start the calculator tricks. Okay, wait. I'm just putting that in chat box only. So Citizen Kelsey Android app. So this is the Play Store link I've shared in. Okay, wait. Yes. See if you have received the link and if you are able to download. Okay. I will also open that in our screen. I will also open that calculator in our screen. Anyone downloaded? For those who have already the basic calculator that is required here, need not to download it. It's not coming. Okay, wait. I am sending it in WhatsApp. I am sending a link in WhatsApp. No worries. Citizen calculator. Yeah, it is. I've got it. I'm sharing in WhatsApp group. Okay. Yeah, I've shared it. Yeah, it is in Play Store only. Okay, now I'm opening the calculator in screen. Can you see the calci in screen? Can you see the calculator in the screen? Yes. So guys, now first I will make you understand which are the important buttons of our calci which we need in exams, which are needed for the shortcut tricks of different chapters. Because if you have not purchased the calculator, you will understand which type of calculator you need to purchase. I'm not promoting any type of brand, I'm not promoting any model. I'm just telling you what is the basic minimum requirement that is there in the CA exams calculator requirements. Okay, so are you guys ready? Should I start now? I think most of you must have downloaded from Play Store. Yeah. The class will be till 2:30, not 3. It will be till 2:30. It's 1.5 hours. So 22 minutes more. Yeah, ready. So see, there is one button uh, which is GT. This GT is required because when we do the time value of money present value formula, the GT will give us a shortcut. So you should ensure that your calculator is having a GT button first thing. Okay. Then this MU. The second button is MU. This MU button is not required. If there is no MU button in your calci, that is okay. That is okay. You can dispense it with. You can. It's not essential. Okay. Then a square root button. Yeah, plus minus button is important actually. But without plus minus button also we can do things. But plus minus button is already there in every calculator. Then the square root button. Square root button is very important because there is a trick that we will discuss tomorrow. Using that trick, we can calculate any root, any power, even non-integer powers of any number. Using this calculator only, not a scientific calculator, using this calculator only, we can do that. Okay. So square root button is also very important. M plus M minus. When we go to statistics, there will be many calculations of plus minus multiply. There will be table and we need to calculate the sum of that table. In that case, M plus M minus is required too much. And then MR. So these are the basic functions that is required in a calculator. Tax plus tax minus not required. MU not required, but GT is square root M plus M minus and MR. MR means memory recall. It is related to M plus M minus. If there is M plus M minus in your calci, the MR will also be there. Okay. Then second thing, the basic numbers divide, multiply, percentage, minus, equal. Percentage should also be there. So this is the maximum requirement of any calculator. Now, sir, should we use a bigger calculator that has many functions? No, guys. Now I will come to some restrictions that are imposed by ICI. We'll discuss about some restrictions that are imposed by ICI regarding calculator. So ICAI guideline on calci. ICAI guideline on calculator. First, they said up to 12 digits. So in a calculator, there are different limitations. Like in this, you can see the 12 digits here. It is written 12 digits. Means up to 12 digits you can write 1 1 1 1 1 1 up to 12 digits you can write. So only up to 12 digits is allowed. only up to 12 digit is allowed. First thing, this is ICI guideline, so be careful about it. Second, not having noise. It should not have noise. Some calculators are there that make noise when you press button. The noisy calculators are not allowed in exam halls. Third point, up to 6 functions. So function means this m plus m minus all these things. So up to 6 functions are allowed. So be aware, don't take calci which are having text plus text minus, because that are not the allowed functions. Sometimes invigilator may not observe these things very deeply, but yeah, why should we take risk? Do not take text plus text minus. But which are the allowed functions? Yeah, gt is allowed, mu is also allowed, though not required but allowed. M plus m minus memories are allowed, and square root. These functions are allowed, and that should be there. Percentage 1 2 3 4, they are not functions. Okay, so till now, everybody with me? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? The guideline about calculator, because we are going to use this calculator for our entire CA course, right from foundation to final. The guideline will be same. Okay, so please understand it carefully. Now, next thing, auto replay is okay. Auto replay is okay, not a problem. It's not a function, it is just a facility. Auto replay is okay. Check, correct, auto replay, they are not treated as functions actually. Then next, scientific not allowed. It should be battery operated. A calculator with wire is not allowed. Anyways, the all are battery operated, so it's not an important condition. Okay, so these are the basic things. And one more thing which is not related to the technical thing, but yeah, sharing in exam prohibited. You cannot give your calci to anyone, or cannot take. If you think that your calci is not fine, or if you have a risk that calci will stop functioning while you giving exam, you can bring 2 calcis to the exam hall. One should be in your bag and one should be in the table. If the calci in table is not working, you can ask invigilator to get the other calci, but you cannot take calci from other one. Even if it is there, if it is his extra calci, then also you cannot take. So be assured that you have 2 calcis, or otherwise if there is 1 calci, it should be in workable condition. Okay. Okay guys, correct. So this was about calci, and I hope everybody have downloaded the calculator app also. Clear? We'll come to calculator trick in few minutes. Before it, let's come back to indices. So I was saying 3 to the power 4. Can you tell me 3 to the power 4? How will you calculate? Sir, for this, what we will do, we will do 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 in the calculator. Please answer me, guys. If you have a calculator, answer me. If you don't have calculator, you can just listen. Everybody has calculator. 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 is 81. Okay. Now, if I'll ask, please calculate 3 to the power 10. 3 to the power 10. Calculate this. What will you do? 3 into 3. Sir, multiplying by 10 times. It's very big job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me check also. It is 59049. Don't you think when the power is increasing, our efforts in calculator are also increasing? When the power is increasing, our efforts in calculator is also increasing. We are pressing so many buttons. Answer, you are getting correct. But when there is a very big power, there are chances. When there is very big power, there are chances that you may do a error. You may not be able to count the correct numbers, right? So this entire process needs to be shortened. There should be a short way to do this. Okay, so let me tell you how to calculate shortly the 3 to the power 10. Now the blue one is the calculator trick. First press 3 in your calculator. Press 3 in your calculator. Yeah, 3 raised to 10 only. First press 3 in your calculator, then into 3 into. Then press equal to. Tell me what is coming. 3 into equal to. What is coming? 9 is coming, right? 3 into equal to 9 is coming. 3 into equal to. Is it the square of 3? 9 is a square of 3. Yes, sir, 9 is a square. So when you press 3 into equal, you are getting 9. Can you press equal again? Can you press equal again and tell me what is coming? Equal again, and what is the value coming? 27. Can you press equal again? And what is the value that is coming? So I hope you have understood that whenever we are pressing equal one more time, the power is increasing. So you can calculate any power using this. Okay. But first equal is, what is the power of first equal? So this is 3 to the power 2. This is 3 to the power 3. So this is 3 to the power 4. So whenever you press equal, count first equal as 2. Listen to me. Count first equal as 2 and not 1. Because if you count it as 1, it is not coming to 3. So first equal will become square, another equal cube, another equal power 4. Tell me guys, have you understood it? That how this trick is working? Yes. I think you have understood it. So 3 into first equal will give you square, another equal will give you cube. So remember, yeah, repeating, Priyanka, repeating. So into first equal will be treated as 2. Whenever you press first equal, it will give you square. Another equal will give you cube. You can try in other number also, 2. Okay. Those who have not understood, type 2 in your Kelsey. Type 2 in your Kelsey. Then press multiply button. Yes, sir. We have pressed multiply button. Then equal button. Then equal button. You are getting 4. Then again equal button. Again equal button. You are getting 8. Then again equal button. You are getting 16. Are you able to understand? The first equal pressing, the first stroke of equal button is giving you the square, the second is cube, and so on. Now let's check if you all are able to understand this trick. 2.5 to the power 18. Check. 2.5 raised to 18. Yeah, Priyanka, your calculator is not supportive. I think it's not supporting this trick. Which Kelsey do you have? Because in this online Kelsey, this will work. The Android app, it will work. But for others Kelsey, I'm not very sure. Answer guys, answer. Speed up. Okay, no problem. I will do it using Kelsey again. No problem. Yeah, so this answer is correct. 145,51915. But I will do this using calculator again. Okay. So this is the calculator app, right? What was the number? What was the question? The question was 2.5 to the power 18, right? 2.5 to the power 18. First of all, you have to write the base 2.5. Is it written in your Kelsey? 2.5. Now into first equal will be called as 2 and you have to go till 18. First equal button will be called as 2 and you have to go till 18. So 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's not working in my case also. Wait. 2.18 into equal. No, it's working. 2.1, sorry. 2.5 into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Are you getting 1455915? Now others who are using the app but still not able to do. Can you check again now? Is it working? I will repeat, don't worry, I will repeat. But still, Samkit and somebody else, I forgot the name. Priyanka, Akansha. No. Akansha, are you using this app only? Some are saying perfect, some are saying not working. No problem, guys. I am repeating. Those who have not understood, please be alert. 2.5, first you write base, then into equal. Okay, so into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. See, I have started counting from 2, not from 1. If you start counting from 1, you will press one more equal and then you will get this one. But this is not the correct answer. Check again now. 2.5 into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Akansha, you got right. Others, it's working. It will work. It will work surely. Yeah, you can use that numbers also. But that seems bit confusing to me. That's why I do not prefer to see, because in different calculators the counting is of different types. So what I do is just to press first equal and call it 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like this. Priyanka, which app you are using? Are you using the same app or you have a calculator different? Priyanka and Samkit, you guys should connect me after the class. Okay, my WhatsApp number is in there. You can connect me after the class. What is the issue? You can personally WhatsApp me. You are using Kelsey, but I think your Kelsey is not supporting the right thing. This trick, the Kelsey is not supporting. If you use it using app, you will get the answer. Even my calculator is also giving the same answer. See, I will do 2.5. Okay, 2.5 in Kelsey first, then into equal I will press 18 times. So one, sorry, not again 2.5 into first equal will be called as 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm also getting the same answer 145519. Maybe it is appearing as a mirror image to you, but yeah, the answer is same 1.4551915. Okay, so no problem, guys. Those who have not understood, please try again in your calculator. You will understood it. You will understand it. Okay. Now again, I'm coming back to a different question. No, Samkit, your answer is not correct. So don't give me the same answer again and again. There is some issue in your Kelsey that I'm not able to understand. The right answer is this only. Yeah, that is problem with the calculator, Priyanka. Your calculator is not supporting this trick. So for now, till you don't have a different calculator which is supporting the trick, you can use the application. Okay, so those who are not getting the correct answer, please don't use your Kelsey and use the application. If you are not getting even in application, then there is a problem with you, that you are not counting correctly. Okay, fine. Now calculate 13 to the power 7. 13 raised to 7. It's a 5-second question now. 13 into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that. Yeah, the correct answer is 627485117. So the correct answer is 627485117. See, 13 into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Simple. 6274857. Okay to everyone? Okay? Perfect. Okay, guys. So this was just a trailer about the shortcut trick. There's much more that our calculator can do. There are many things that our calculator can do. So we'll go step by step tomorrow. We'll only understand indices, but there are different aspects of indices. Because in the chapter indices, the questions will be of different type. They are using law. But this indices that I am taking in basics will help you in time value of money and many other chapters. Okay, so don't consider that this is the chapter number 1 part 3. No, that part 3 is different, this is different. This is only calculator based. So before starting the real I will say syllabus, we'll be proficient in calculator. We'll be able to use the calculator very smartly. So are you guys ready to know the each and every shortcut tricks of Kelsey? Yes. Okay, so now I am closing the today's session. Please tell me how was the class today. If you find it well, please give the feedback. Okay, those who have not understood, no problem guys, I will help you. Give me a WhatsApp ping, I will surely help you. Okay, so give your feedback, then I am closing the class. Okay, I will summarize. Ajit, I will summarize the summary of this formula. You are asking or what? The summary of this formula is that first you need to write the base in calculator, then multiplication, then equal equal equal. Okay, so first equal will be said as 2. Why said as 2? Because it is giving us the power 2. Another as 3 because it is giving us the power as 3. So this was summary about this formula. If you want summary for everything, let's quickly summarize what we have did today. We did polygon. Polygon means, okay, polygon means sides of, I will not take a screen, only my video. Polygon means the closed sides. Okay, in the closed sides, the number of line segments are joined to make a shape. Those shape are called polygon. The three-sided polygon are called as triangle. The four-sided are called as quadrilateral. There are four types of quadrilateral: rectangle, square, trapezium, parallelogram. Triangle are of different types: scalene, equilateral, and others. Scalene, equilateral, right angle triangle, and isosceles. Okay. Then we understood the Pythagoras theorem, which says that size, the length of the hypotenuse is square is equal to the sum of square of two other sides. Okay, then some basic algebra formulas. That's all. Okay guys, this was the summary for today. I hope you enjoyed. Now the time is over. See you guys. Bye bye, take care. We'll meet tomorrow.